Watermelon. Where are you at? There you are. We have quite a bit coming in right now. Hallelujah. I don't know if you can see that one right there. These are just the ones that are on this side. Hey, we got some tomatoes here. Don't ask me how this happened. It wasn't planned this way. This was planned. Roka already came through and picked a ton of these. I'm not sure which ones these are. I can't remember, but they are a hot pepper. And then we have these weird looking ones that are more circular. We have a lot of peppers. We probably have over 100 peppers at least in this section right now. And then Ripka came through and picked some of our tomatoes, but you can see all of that is tomatoes, along to go with these right here. So we're always busy, always getting it done. Ooh, I'm gonna eat this one. Shalom, it is following Yeshua. Welcome again to the rock. It's gonna be a short video, just showing some of the things that we got coming in, some of the things we're doing. This is my radish bed. I intentionally grew them and let them go to seed because I'm gonna harvest the seeds. Here's one of my dogs. Hey, Sniffy. You be a good boy? You be a good boy? Good boy. He loves it out here. He's part pet, part something else, and something else, and something else. My other dogs are running around. Surprised he ain't with them. Whew. Also right now, I am planting more watermelon. And people always ask, how do you plant your watermelon, or how do you plant in your Ozarkian soil? For those that are coming out here, this is what your soil will likely look like. It is rocky and it is hard. We just had a storm come through, but as you can see, there's some sand in here, there's some clay in here, and there's a lot of rocks in here. Now, I used to pull all the rocks out. I don't do that anymore. Now I just kind of dig trenches. Like over here, I just dug a trench about 4 or 5 inches wide, 4 or 5 inches deep. This is composted goat manure. I don't know if you can see inside of there. In our goat pen, and when they poop on their greenery or whatever, stuff that they don't eat, it composts down. I'll just go in there, rake it up, and then use it in my gardens. So yeah, I dug the trench, put the goat manure in there. You can see I have coffee grounds down there right now, and eggshells. I also put that in for calcium, and the coffee grounds for nitrogen. Hallelujah. And mix it in, and then dig the trenches and plant my things. Now, if I'm planting seeds, if I'm planting fruit-bearing plants, I always start my fruit-bearing plants in seed starters. But my greens, I do direct sow. Or my kohlrabi radishes, I do direct sow. And at that point, I would dig a 4x4 trench, put the composted manure or material in there, put the seeds down, and then cover it. And then it grows perfectly fine. I'm no longer going to be making a ton of raised beds here. It just takes a lot of time. But I am still using the lasagna method, in that I'll go out here and I'll grab a lot of the leaves and pine needles that are decayed and acorns and small pieces of wood, and I'll layer it. And it'll break down. And then I'll layer it again, and it'll break down. So essentially, it kind of becomes a raised bed, but I'm at first planting directly in this, like you see right here. All this composted material I'm putting down, it helps retain the water, so it's still the back-to-eating method. It's just not just solely the back-to-eating method. Like, here are my tomatoes. And as you can see, I started my tomatoes in seed starts, put it in the ground, and then you can see I have close to 1 inch of material on this whole garden up here. All of that over there. I'll go bucket after bucket, get it, and bring it here, layer it down. But it helps retain water, and it's going to break down. And you see I built this garden because it's kind of a downhill slope, so I'll put decaying wood down to kind of to act like a brake, so that it stops all the material from coming down. And then I have another section from here to here, and then this stuff will stay here. Then I have a section from here to here. Although next year the corn's not going to be here because I have a different area for corn. That's the area where I'm clearing out about half an acre to an acre to plant corn and potatoes. So this will all be tomatoes next year. From here all the way up will be all tomatoes. Hallelujah. And we're already harvesting a lot of tomatoes right now. But I want to show you this. So I came amongst my corn stock. You see the corn's doing quite well, hallelujah. And let me see if I have any good sized ones. There's one. Put that one. So I was amongst my corn stalk and I was pulling up weeds because I had read that the weeds will obviously help or will slow the growth of your corn. And I have volunteer tomatillos over here. I saw these flowers, those flowers, and I was like, what is that? So I started looking around and I saw this. Now, I didn't know what this was, but I knew that I had seen these flowers before. And then it hit me, I think I have passion fruit. We looked it up. That's exactly what this is. Passion fruit. We have wild passion fruit here. These are the leaves. Now, I didn't know that before, so I had pulled up so many of those leaves before and fed them to my goats. And come to find out that I have passion fruit. So this whole area right here is full of passion fruit. And then the children told me, oh, we've seen those leaves everywhere. We went for a little walk, looked at the areas. We have passion fruit everywhere. So we have passion fruit all over our property. So that's one thing, if you are in this area or wherever area you buy in, you know, I didn't know that. So I had to clear, you know, when I was clearing my areas out, you have to understand that a lot of areas don't get sunlight. Like things back there don't get sunlight. Doesn't get very much sunlight. But there may be seeds in the ground that are ready to grow. Like, you know, we have our wild grapes up there that I cut this tree down and then I trellised it on top of another tree, and the wild grapes are growing up there now. But there's wild things that grow on your property, and sometimes you're not going to really know it until you actually start clearing some of your land. We've had wild grapes pop up. We have blackberries popping up everywhere now, and we have, I mean, an unbelievable amount of blackberries here now. And now we have passion fruit that's growing. And I remember Mother Kate and Pastor Joe had told us to check our property for passion fruit. And I was like, we don't have any passion fruit. And they said, we think you do, you just don't see it. Well, we have passion fruit. And we have it everywhere. So hallelujah, we're going to be doing a lot of things with that. We have wild amaranth. That's wild amaranth right there. We have tons of that growing all over the property. We have so much growing, we feed it to our goats, to our chickens. And then the seeds drop in there and it's going to be spreading in there, which is great because the goats love it. So it's just it's a process, and it's something that, you know, I thank the Father for, of the patience of getting things done and working. And here's one of my 11 fig trees. I have 5 right here, I think. I have 1 there, 2, 3. There's 1, I think that's 4 there. It's right there, somewhere around there. 4, here it is, 4. Oh, 5, and then 6. So I have 6 right here that I planted. But anyways, like I was saying, you know, clear your land, or even if you're not going to clear your land, clearing areas, be aware of what you are pulling up before you pull it up, because it could be a food. I did not know that I was pulling up, actually, passion fruit and feeding it to my goats until I saw the fruit. Man, so many spiritual and biblical lessons in just, you know, being out here and living this thing. There's so many spiritual lessons. But anyways, I hope you were able to see, yes, that's my watermelon in the ground, and yes, this is our soil that we are working with. We are building soil. That's one of the things I really, really enjoy, is I love taking something that is raw and building it. I love building. So taking this soil and building it to a point where it's going to be producing like that. And this is our first year with this garden. This is our first year with this garden that we actually grew in it. So I'm seeing production over there. I will definitely be seeing production over here. Hallelujah. I'm gonna go get a couple buckets of the material out there in the woods to cover this up so it helps retain the water and breaks down like the lasagna method. So bless you all. Hope you have a blessed, productive first day. Shalom.